Hey folks, let's learn something new about the oil and gas industry. Today I have a very special guest. I have a Hillary Stevenson with Genscape. How you doing, Hillary?
I'm good. Good. How are you, Mark?
Very good. And we couldn't get in the same town at the same time, so we could do this via Skype. Now, Hillary does something really fascinating. She's an analyst for the oil and gas markets for Genscape. And Hillary, today I want to talk a little bit about big data because everybody is talking about big data in oil and gas. But I know from the inside that even though historically, especially the geosciences, has been a big data environment, the constraint is the analytics. The oil and gas industry as a whole really never mined that data to get useful business information out of them. Well, now when oil's below $30 a barrel, all of a sudden that information is very valuable. So can we talk a little bit about what you see as far as big data in the oil and gas industry?
Yeah, so I mean, traditionally in the oil market, right, there's not a lot of data or transparency out there, especially not before like people like Genscape came along. You had to rely on company investor reports or the EIA data, of course, is widely used and widely known, or maybe some regulatory documents. The FERC, it does countrywide regulation. Some states do regulation, but all of that data is pretty much wrapped up. It's not very specific, and it's also very delayed. So you're relying on like 3 months delayed data, or I mean, the government does put out weekly data, but it's a week delayed. So you're relying on that aggregate, untimely information to make estimates about what's going on right now in the market.
Yeah, and so with these low crude prices right now, the oil and gas industry as a whole is starting to look at big data as a way to help them. And the industry, unfortunately, is a bit old-fashioned, so the adaptation curve in this industry is slower than anywhere else. What have y'all seen as far as oil and gas industries have an interest now in this low crude price market to use big data to help their business?
So there are definitely some real-time events that have kind of made this emphasis on big data and real-time specific granular data important to what's going on. So you think about like the BP Whiting Pipestone 12 outage that just sort of shattered the market. Anytime the FCC at Bayway, which is a huge gasoline producing unit on the East Coast, anytime that thing goes down, the news outlets are all over it. The market is, immediately responding to what's going on, all the way to you look at like crude oil storage in Cushing, Oklahoma, which is like a very very well-known spot in the world. It's kind of like my favorite spot in North America. But people looking at that on a weekly level to gauge how much supply is there against the WTI contract, which is making waves in the market. I think like 2 weeks ago we saw, crude oil storage in the U.S. has been building, but there was a small drawdown in Cushing inventories, and that was an opportunity for the WTI price to get a little bit of relief from the low environment we've been in for the last half a year.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Now, a lot of my audience has a fascination around this, and y'all are actually doing an event out in April in Chicago, aren't y'all?
Yeah, so we're doing an event in Chicago in April, and it's the first time we're going to do an event against all of our commodity classes. So we provide what you would consider big data for. We started with power. Now we do oil and natural gas. So we're doing a 2-day conference in Chicago. It'll have dedicated streams for each of those different commodity focuses, a bunch of panels, a bunch of thought leaders, a bunch of good opportunities for people to discuss what's going on, discuss what they're seeing in data trends, like what data do you use, what data is good, what data is bad, what should I be looking for, what's out there that I don't have that I should have.
Yeah, and so this event is so monumental that we're actually going. So if anybody wants to join me in Chicago in April, hit me up on Twitter. We'll connect in person. Hillary, I really appreciate your time today. If somebody wanted to learn more about you and Genscape and what y'all do, where should they go?
Yeah, so check out our website. It's www.genscape.com.
Yeah, and folks, we'll put a link in the show notes so you don't have to take notes. Hillary, thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark. See you in Chicago.
Yeah. Hey, folks, I hope this helped. We will see you next time.